afternoon and welcome to Life Chats. I'm Maggie.
And I'm Bunny.
How are you all today?
I'm good.
We have a wonderful guest with us today. Her name is Marlana Laffita, and she is, wait for it, in case her shirt doesn't tell you, she is a cosmetic and medical tattoo artist with a passion for helping people feel confident and comfortable in their bodies and in their own skin. She believes in enhancing the natural beauty, not changing it, and loves being part of her clients' journey towards self love, self care, and overall well being. In her studio, she creates a non judgmental, safe space, kind of like we do, Bunny. And she creates that space so people can be who they want to be. And every client can feel seen, supported, and empowered, whether it's through a subtle enhancement or whether it's through meaningful restorative work. And that's what we're going to talk about here today is the kind of restorative work that you do in people's lives. So welcome, Marlana. Thank you for coming to talk with us about what you do. And so as I read that intro, I know a little bit more about what kind of restorative work you do, but our audience does not. So you tell us a little bit about that restorative work that you do.
Perfect. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me on your show today.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be here and speak about what we do because it's so important to get the word out there. And a lot of people know that this even exists. So
Mm.
the main restorative work I do is realism 3D areola tattoos
Mhm.
for breast cancer patients, patients that are transitioning, or just someone who's had some trauma and
Mhm.
and needs that restorative work done for them.
Wow.
That's really cool. I actually that's how I was introduced to you. Somebody had said that that's what you did, and I was like, that's really exciting. One question did pop into my head. How do you find your clients? Like, do is it word of mouth primarily? Do you
Some is word of
advertise or?
mouth.
Hmm.
Yeah, some is word of mouth. I talk to cancer assistance programs.
Hmm.
I join cancer groups on Facebook, Instagram. I've have a few doctors that have taken my flyers that are willing to refer for me. So just through all of that word of mouth and getting out there and getting into the community and learning more about everybody and what their needs are and
Hmm.
where to go. Wig shops,
Hmm.
mastectomy bra shops. I mean,
Hmm.
there's
A
there's
lot of places, yeah.
places everywhere. Word of mouth is big, and
Hmm.
doctor referrals obviously are huge. So
Hmm.
I'm blessed to have a few of those willing to refer for me now. So
No, that's really cool.
Now, this is a very personal topic for people who are going through something like that. And the question that pops into my head right now is how is it personal for you? How did you get started in this? How did it become your passion?
I started in this as permanent makeup. So I mean, I've always been in the beauty world. Years and years and years ago, I was a hairstylist. Loved it, but bored me to death. Back when I started, it was roller sets for old ladies and perms for old ladies, and color was to cover gray. That was it. There was no fun stuff like there is now. So I got out of that and pursued other things. Um, I wanted to get back into the beauty industry and I didn't know how to jump back in. I really didn't want to get back into hair. I left it for a reason. So my sister, no, my cousin's wife actually tattooed my eyebrows. And I said, wow, this is cool. I want to do this. She said, it's a 1 week course. I
Wow.
said, a 1 week course? Are you nuts? You can tattoo with eyebrows in 1 week. And she says, well, no, you can learn to do it in 1 week. There's much practicing. You're practicing for months and months before you get on humans too. I mean, that's a scary thing, get your face tattooed, right? So I started in that, and I had a friend who had breast cancer, and she asked me if I could do her eyebrows. And I told her I could. We, got together, chatted, and we did her eyebrows. I asked her if she could give me a review because she was one of my first people that I've done. And, you know, the more reviews you get, the more word of mouth you get, the better. So she left me this review that literally brought me to tears because I had no idea what I had done for her. So she put in this review that she had had cancer, she had lost her eyebrows, they grew back all crazy. She was ashamed to go out of the house. She didn't know what to do with them. And I fixed them. And now she has a smile again. She can walk around proud. She can feel better about herself that I gave her these beautiful eyebrows. And I thought, wow, I did that for somebody. Like, it literally brought me to tears. And I thought, I need to do more of this. I need to find more avenues that I can help people regain that confidence in themselves and to just give them back that look in the mirror and have a smile on your face, where
Mhm.
we don't know what people are feeling behind the scenes and how insecure or uncomfortable they are with their own looks or in their own skin. So I went from there to thinking, what else can I do? And it took me a while to jump into tattooing, the areola course that you take. It was like, do I want to do this? Can I invest all this money in this? How am I going to find clients? The whole thing. Like it's, how do I do this? And when I finally did it, it was just life changing. Like it was like, why didn't I do this years ago? Why did it take me so long to figure this out? Just listening to these ladies' stories and their journeys is, we have no idea what they go through.
Right.
Like you can't even say, I understand what you've been through, because you can't. You can relate to it maybe, but you can never understand their journey. And I spend my life crying. Like you spend your life in tears listening to their journey and going through that with them, and then you cry after to see the joy and the happiness in their face brings me to tears. Then I talk about it again and it brings me to tears. It's just so fulfilling and empowering for me to be able to offer that to people.
Hey, I understand living in that kind of sadness because
Yeah.
with what I do as a death doula, I'm constantly crying too. Always, not always with my clients, but a lot on my own because it's you're not human, and especially as an empath myself, I think you're not human if you're within suffering and you don't feel something. That's part of being this human experience, is that we do feel things. So I spend a great deal of time in sadness as well. And it's conversations like this that make my heart leap for joy, because I always tell people, whether it's grief or whether it's sadness or whether it's sickness, you can carry two containers at the same time. Happy and
Yep.
sad can be in the same place. And it sounds
Absolutely.
to me, you're giving them a boost of happy in their sad. So
Correct. Yeah. And
that's incredible.
the areola tattoos is the final stage in this long journey they've been on. Like
Mhm.
my one lady said, it's not a journey, it's an adventure.
Wow.
Like it is an adventure. But you're the last step for them. They've been through the diagnosis, they've been through the fear, they've been through their treatments, the the removal, the reconstruction, the multiple surgeries, the chemo, the radiation. Then they have to sit back for a year and heal before they can come to someone like me. And that long process of standing in the mirror and looking at yourself, sometimes, I mean, some of them are fine with it. Some of them are just, they never feel whole again. This is what you hear. I felt like a mannequin looking at
Hmm.
myself, because that's what you see as a mannequin. There's nothing there. Um, yeah, just you made me feel like a woman again. You made me feel sexy again. You made me want to share with my husband again. And just like, I don't know. I can't even explain. I get goosebumps every time I talk about it. I can't even explain the
Yeah.
feeling you can get.
So, for our listeners, let's get the warning out there that it may get a little explicit. So, besides eyebrows and enhancements in other ways, tell us, what are some of the things that you do for people who have had breast cancer? Do you give them nipples again, or what is it that you do for that?
For the breast cancer patients, I tattoo a realistic areola 3D nipple back on to their breasts.
Wow.
You can, I mean, there's so much you can do in the medical tattoo world. There's scar camouflage. I'm working on belly buttons now for people who have had tummy tucks, or some of these ladies have their skin removed from their bellies to put on their breasts for the reconstructions. There's just a multitude of things, but the areolas to me are just, it's life changing for some people
Mm-hmm.
and me. Like every story I go through and every person I talk to about it gives me more of that joy. It fills my cup a little more, you know, where I
Mm-hmm.
can start to give back to everybody else.
I can see how that would fill your cup. And now you mentioned in the beginning about people who are transitioning. So how do you help those people?
I have not actually done one myself, but for those people that have had, say, top surgeries that have gone from male to female or vice versa, you're giving them back that little bit sense of normalcy where they can feel comfortable in their own skin and have a sense of completion in their journey as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
And
they can come into a space that's not judgmental, not, no one's going to look at them twice, and you're giving them that, the end again in their journey, you know.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as somebody who doesn't have any tattoos, Bunny does, and it's not that I don't want tattoos. I'm not really into pain.
Come on
So
down, come on down, I'll numb you. We'll make
I've
you feel
always
comfortable.
I've always wanted a tattoo, but I'm not into pain. So that's why I don't. So my question is,
Bunny can
how
probably
painful
tell
is
you
it?
the pain is addicting. The pain is
Well,
addicting.
well, I don't know about the
You're
pain
gonna
bead.
want
This is
more.
the only one I have, but I do plan on extending it and getting more. But
It's, no, there's,
the way that it felt to me is it felt kind of like a sunburn. Like
yeah,
it didn't feel it wasn't excruciating like pain. It was just, I mean, in some spots it can be a little like right at right on bones. It can be a little bit more, but yeah, like I was thinking, even though like when you were talking about the different tattoos that you do, even eyebrows and stuff, is like I do know that I, not just through people who've had chemo and stuff, but I know like people have like alopecia and like other things that may have it, even some anxiety disorders where they like pull out their
correct.
own
Some
eyebrows and
people just
eyelashes.
were in the 80s over pluck era too,
Yeah,
you
that
know.
too.
They
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
me, hello. They just want to feel comfortable again, and they
Right.
want their eyebrows back. Or like you said, they're losing their hair, it's starting to get
Yeah.
thin, you know. To, and just, I do eyeliner, lips. People
Oh
want
yeah.
freckles. I put freckles on people.
I
So
would love to get my freckles back.
want some freckles?
I used to have freckles when I was a kid, and when I was a kid, I didn't like them because people would make fun of them. And
Mm-hmm.
but then I have vitiligo, so like my skin goes white, and I realized I've been losing my freckles like because my face is going very white. Although it looks red now, but it's going white, so I'm losing my freckles, and so I'm like, oh, I kind of would want my freckles back a
I can
little
take
bit.
them back for you.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Do that.
that's so cute. I just love that because the things that I keep hearing you is that is like is giving back, like just giving back to people, making them helping them feel whole again, and like I understand that people will say it's kind of shallow, where we're talking about cosmetic things, people, but like no, really, if it's something that can help you to like feel more like you, or to feel
Comfortable
more
in your own
confident, to
skin.
feel, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to have a self-esteem, and to have all that stuff. You can do that by like what we present the world, and being able to like the what I thought about was being able to blend in a little bit more. So like where like you said, if it was somebody, if you're changing in a change room, and like people wouldn't like automatically look at you and be like, oh my God, like there's something missing. They
Yeah.
would just like kind of ignore you and you just kind of blend in,
Yeah.
It's
right?
funny
So,
you said that. I had one client goes to the Y swimming and does like aerobics and aquafit and all that stuff. And she said I would always go into the darkest corner and get
mhm.
changed and make sure my back was to everybody because I felt embarrassed.
Right.
And she says, now I can go to the Y. She goes, and I'm literally going to strip. Like I'm going to do the, look at me now. I have it back. And like, it was just, we had a good giggle about that. And, to be able to give her that joy again and that sense
Mm-hmm.
of I'm normal. Like it's
Yeah.
a horrible word to say that you're normal, but that's what I hear
Yeah.
a lot from these ladies is you made me feel normal again.
Right.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
that's the thing. Cancer takes so much, even with my clients who I have who are suffering from cancer. Cancer takes so much. It's wonderful when you find things that give something back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even their radiation markers.
Mm-hmm.
So they have, I don't know if you ladies
Yep.
ever seen that, but they have
They have
like
to get tattooed. Yep.
blue dots everywhere.
Yep.
And just as an added service in the end, I said to the one lady, do those bother you? She says, oh, I hate them. I said, do you want me to make them look like freckles? She's
Yeah.
like, you could do that. I'm like, yeah, we just make them brown.
Yeah.
Orange and blue make brown. You mix them together, you got a freckle. She's like, oh my God, I would love that. Like that
Yeah.
little thing. It's a
Yeah.
little thing. It's a dot that you've changed to a brown dot instead of a blue dot.
Yeah.
That has helped them and gave them that huge smile. Like, oh my God, they're freckles. They're looking at
Yeah.
them like, they really look like freckles.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I never even thought about that because my late husband had gone through radiation, and yeah, he had. Yeah, I mean, he
Blue
already
dot.
had tattoos, but he had the extra tattoos. So yeah, that would be something that would be there kind of as a reminder of maybe not the happiest time that then can change and blend into something else. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Give them little
That's really
freckles. I
cool.
made a little heart on one lady.
Oh, that's so
We
awesome.
turned it into a little mini heart. It was cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my
Wow.
question is how like what is the process? Like so you said that it's like they have to do the year of waiting and healing and stuff, and then is it like do you have a consultation with them beforehand? Do you discuss they do you show them option like what is the process to
We
actually have
do. We
done?
we have a consultation where they'll come in. I'll take some pictures. We talk about size, shape, color. If they had a photo prior to their surgery, I ask them to bring it so we can see what maybe it looked like before. Some ladies go, I didn't like them. I didn't like them before. They were too big and too dark. I want them lighter. It's like, well, we can do that now. Like we can
Yeah.
make them lighter for you, no problem. Like that's not an issue. We chat about that. We talk about, what kind of treatments they had, what medications they're on, if there's any underlying issues that we might not be able to tattoo at that time, allergies. A lot of
Right.
ladies are allergic to the adhesives we use. If we're putting on the healing pads, we have to use something different. If it's a little sooner, we ask for a doctor's consent. So we talk about that as well. And then we just go over what to expect in your appointment, how it's going to feel for you, what to expect after your appointment, what the aftercare might be, when you would come back for a touch up on it, if you needed a touch up on it, and just
Mm-hmm.
get to know each other and get a little more comfortable with each other.
That's great information. And I can't help but be feeling right now that there might be somebody listening to this who has just been diagnosed and is scared about all those things to come. And what came into my head when you were just speaking now was to let them know, take a picture
Take a picture.
of
Yeah.
yourself
Take a
before,
picture.
because that's something that nobody would ever think of. I don't know about you, Bunny, but
No.
I don't have any pictures of my boobs.
No, I purposely do not.
I don't have any pictures of
I
what my belly
didn't.
button looks like or what I want it to look like. Like, I don't have pictures of those things. So it's a good thing to say to people who maybe did just get a diagnosis is take
Take
a picture, because I would think, and I've never had cancer, I don't know, but I would think I probably would avoid taking a picture
Hmm.
because I would be scared of what that would mean. But
Right.
here you're giving them a very good reason to take pictures of their body. Take pictures of your body, what it looks like now,
Yes.
before all those treatments. Like, that's a fantastic thing. to come up to let people know I can help you later on in this journey, and you're helping yourself by doing that as well. So thanks for bringing that up, because I'm sure there's probably somebody who's going to hear this who has recently been diagnosed, because I firmly believe that nothing happens by accident, and neither
Yeah.
Bunny nor I knew you. We heard about you from somebody else who was on our podcast. So I don't think anything happens by accident. Everything is for a reason. So we're talking about this today for a reason.
For a
Mhm.
reason. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe that as well. Like my journey was for a reason. I got my eyebrows tattooed to start this journey. And she
Yeah.
begged me for years to get them done. And I'm like, I gotta wax and pluck these suckers now. I don't wanna more,
Yeah.
basically. And then when she did it, I was like, wow, like this is wonderful. So
I,
from eyebrows, I went into body tattoos, like small fine line, little cute flowers, and
mhm.
smaller tattoos like that. And then now into the medical field, which I really want to continue pursuing and perfecting a little bit more.
And just for like where are you based? Like where?
I'm based out of Hamilton.
Okay. Yep.
If anyone knows Hamilton, we're right up the street from Lime Ridge Mall.
Oh, okay.
So it's
I know
Okay.
very
Lime Ridge. I
convenient.
know
We're
Lime Ridge Mall.
everyone says, as soon as you say Lime Ridge Mall, you're like, yeah, I go there. We're near the highway. We're on a bus route. Like we're pretty accessible here. Yeah.
And what is the like person who came to you like from the furthest away, do you think? Do you keep track of that at all?
Um, I do. Brantford right now is
Okay.
my furthest.
Yeah.
Um, the areolas are going to bring people in from farther because
Right.
there's not enough talented, skilled, trained artists out there, and it's a need. Like
Right.
it's a need.
Mm-hmm.
And my trainer, who is giving me goosebumps again, that's how I know I'm in the right place when I get
Yes.
goosebumps, right? She is amazing. Like she is one of the best instructors, the kindest soul. She's always there for you, whether you need help. When you need help, you can always reach her. She's had people come from, she's in Toronto, so she's had people come from Florida, from
Mhm.
the mid states, from Ottawa, from out west,
Very
Mm-hmm.
cool.
because there's not enough of us out there that are doing this for people that take it seriously, I guess is the right word.
Right. And is it the type of thing that you can travel to people?
You could. I probably wouldn't. I've traveled doing permanent makeup. Um, there's so many variables in tattooing with the areolas that you kind of want to be in your sanitized, your safe
Mm-hmm.
space. They're already compromised
Mhm.
with, I
Right.
mean, a lot of them are years out. I just did one lady that was 4 years from her surgery, so she was okay. But they've already been through a lot. You wouldn't want to bring an infection. You don't know where you're
Right.
going. And
Mm-hmm.
to take all of that, there's a lot. You need a
Yeah.
bed, you need a light, you need your equipment, you need your pigments, you need your
Right.
sanitization, you need like you could, but I prefer not to. Yeah.
Right. Right. The only reason that I asked that question is because here in the Niagara region, we have a place called Wellspring Niagara that supports cancer patients. And as you were speaking about it, I was thinking that could be, you know, an avenue to look at, to be able to go and talk to people there about this is what I do. And even if it was to have workshops or something like that, my brain is always
Looking for
going like that.
opportunities and creating opportunities.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
ran Mud Girl Run. Do you guys know what the Mud Girl Run
I
is?
have,
My
yeah, I've
daughter
heard of it,
has
yeah.
done it. Yes.
We have done that for years just because we wanted to. And I thought, oh, there's another avenue. I'm doing the My Girl Run this year with a bunch of friends. My sister-in-law, who just got through breast cancer, um, is doing it with me. We're doing the walk for breast cancer for the cancer assistance program to help them with funding. It's a 5K walk through Hamilton somewhere.
Mhm.
There's just so many things you can do to support the community and get out there and help. And
Wow.
it's not just breast cancer, like I was all focused on breast cancer, but any cancer can change your look to where you're not comfortable. Your
Right.
hair, your eyebrows, some ladies lose their eyelashes. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just cosmetic tattooing, it's not just for beauty sometimes. Sometimes it's for the same reasons,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's okay if it is just in quotation marks for beauty, because cancer takes so much stuff away from you. You're allowed to be beautiful.
Absolutely. And it puts ease back in your day. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? I have everything. I have my eyebrows done. I have my eyeliner done. I don't wear lipstick. I put on lip gloss because I have my
Hmm.
lips tattooed. I get up in the morning, I slap on a tinted moisturizer and throw on some mascara and I can get out the door.
Yeah.
Right? I can dive in a pool and my makeup's not going to come off. Like it's one of those things. It's like you can wake up with makeup and not have it run down your face if you get stuck in a rainstorm, like it's very convenient as well as
Wow.
pretty, I guess.
Now, you talked about retouching. So like I do know I have had people who've had the like eyeliner or eyebrows or lips done. And there is like I know tattoos are permanent, and there's also like this retouching or like thing that has to happen. So I'm just curious about like what do like how often does it have to be retouched? How often does it have to be redone? Is it
That
dependent
depends
on
on
the
your
people? Yeah.
skin. It depends on your skin and how you care for your own skin.
Hmm.
Normally when we're doing permanent makeup, we do an original appointment and then a perfection session, I guess I would call it. You come back and if you want it darker or if you want it wider or larger or a place didn't heal right because that's the side you slept on and
Yeah.
it you know what I mean? Like it can come off, your scabs come off for a little bit.
Yeah.
So you have a perfection session. After that, if you take care of your brows, they should be, or your eyeliner, your lips, whatever, they should be good for quite a while. Sun will fade them.
Hmm.
If you have oily skin, sometimes they'll fade out faster than people with dry skin. Um, Serums, active cleansers, vitamin
Hmm.
C creams, like all these things. Anything that says lighten and brighten, you want to keep off
Yeah.
your tattoos because
Yeah.
you don't want them to lighten and brighten, there's
Hmm.
a number of factors. So some people come back after a year for a little bit of a color boost, and other ladies are 3, 4 years later and they're still looking great. So it depends. There's so many factors in that.
That's really
Wow.
cool.
Well, you've given us a lot of information and enlightened enlightened an area that we didn't know so much about, and I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. Is there anything final that you would like to put out to people, for those people who are listening who may need your services? Like, is there any final words you would like to say regarding what you do?
Don't don't be afraid to reach out. No question is a silly question. Um, Consultations are free. If you want some information, I'm open to give you information. Um, the more educated people are about these things, the more it's going to help someone down the line. And if you know anybody that needs it, tell them to reach out. Like my door is always open, my phone's always on, night or day. I've taken calls late at night and I've taken calls early in the morning. So if you just are nervous about it or you don't know about it and you want some information, feel free to reach out. It doesn't have to be to book an appointment.
Mm, wow.
I was gonna ask even that too. Like, so I know we discussed early, like before we came on, because we always ask people for their contact information. And you said that you're in the works for doing a website. Is there like I know that you're on Instagram. Are there like examples? Like I know you can't fully show everything, but like, are there examples of like things that you you can like
Can I
so
show
people can
you
see?
some tatas on here?
I guess we could do we could do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Wow.
very cool. And like they
So
look
this
so
is how
3D.
we practice.
Yeah.
There's people come in, a lot of people don't leave those out. I leave them out just so the ladies can have a look.
Why
With
not? Yeah.
there's some different colors, there's some different sizes. Do you like
Hmm.
more detail? Do you like less detail? I mean, there's a lot involved in it. There's some on my website. We medical tattoo people doing areolas especially get banned a lot from
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook for nudity, which
Hmm.
is in my mind, ridiculous. A man can stand there bare
Yeah.
chested, or Kanye can strut his wife across the red carpet in a see-through dress with no clothes on.
Mhm.
Did you guys see
No.
that? No? A see-through dress, not a stitch of clothing underneath, walking across a red carpet, and that does not get banned from
Yeah.
any social media platform. But if we're putting up medical tattooing, we
Yeah.
get banned from medical platforms or from the social media platforms.
Mhm.
So yeah, we try and get it out there. There's a lot of ways to get around it, but a
Right.
lot of times we get taken down. So there is some on my Instagram, on my page. If you scroll
Mhm.
through, there's pictures of everything I do. It's not just permanent makeup. I do a lot of
So how
other
would
things.
people find you?
Pardon me?
How would people find you?
How would people find me? Well, I have a phone number. You can reach out through that. That is on my social media page if you want to reach out. My social media is MAR, so my name, Mar dot ML Beauty Co. Is the Instagram handle, and that's also my Gmail as well. So it's mar.mlbeautyco@gmail.com.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you.
And of course, we will put your information in the description as well for this podcast. So then that way people can reach out. And if they needed to reach out, they can also reach out to us and we can pass on to you
Absolutely.
as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
And so that would be through our website at ataboveandbeyond.com or our email address at ataboveandbeyond@gmail.com. It's pretty easy. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been really fun talking to you. Learned so much. I know that it opens so many different things. You're, you
Yeah.
know, on like on this journey to help so many people, uh, just even one person at a time, right? But you're helping so many people just kind of get a little bit of life back. Um, yeah, it's just so
I
cool.
think it's amazing. I think what you do is
It's a
amazing.
it's
Yeah.
It's a blessing for me to be able to do this. Honestly, it's like I had to follow this path to get to where I was going, and then all of a sudden I was shown the proper, like this is the
Mm-hmm.
way, and that's it. It's amazing how much it's personally changed me, and how much I can see it helping other people.
Yeah.
It's a blessing for sure.
It's so funny because Maggie and I often talk about being spirit led, being soul led. That's what we say our company is. And like, and so it sounds like, what you just described about like following this path, which you didn't know was going to lead you to this specifically. And now it's like, I don't know, like to be able, like, it's almost like the gates of heaven. Like, like it was like,
Yeah.
ta-da!
Absolutely. That's what it feels. Yeah. No, there was that aha moment when I
Yeah.
stepped into this course, and I wanted to tell you ladies one thing. It was when we
Go
got
ahead.
into this course, was we can't understand how they feel about getting a breast removed. Our instructor
Mhm.
gave us a candle,
Mhm.
and she gave us an X-Acto knife. And
Mhm.
she said, I want you to take that candle and I want you to cut off I'm going to cry. I want you to cut off one of those breasts. And everyone looked at her and said, excuse me? She says, I want you to cut one off. And we're all standing. She goes, what are you waiting for? Come on, let's go. I picked up the knife and I just crying started to cut. And she said, okay, you don't have to do that. I just
Mhm.
wanted you to feel how much you felt trying to cut off a candle.
Yeah.
Imagine what they feel
Yeah.
when they're told
Yeah.
they have to have one removed. And
Yeah.
that was that was it. That was my aha moment. It was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this is big. Yeah.
That's so great.
This is big. And
This is
that is true. This is big. And, it's kind of back to, what we said earlier, Bunny, is we didn't know when we started this where it was going to go. Never in our wildest dreams did we ever imagine we'd have some tatas on our podcast. But
And
hey,
be
we
so
no
go where
happy
F-bombs
we're
or
about it.
F-bombs, but a few
Yeah.
tatas, right?
Be so happy about it too.
we go where we're supposed to go. And yeah, there's been some goosebumps here today. There's
Mhm.
been the feeling of I want to cry here today. And that's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just shows you're in the right spot.
Absolutely.
That's my sign. When I'm talking to people or about things that I'm passionate about, if I get those goosebumps, I know I'm in the right spot and I'm talking with the right people. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to
So
try and follow my intuition or my feelings, but your brain always doesn't compute.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
So
let my
for our
brain
listeners
go a little
today,
bit.
if you know of somebody who needs these services, reach out. If you know of somebody who needs a little bit of hope that you
There's a
can
light at the end of the tunnel.
you can recover, you can feel perfect again, reach out and we can connect you. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I think it's been a fabulous conversation about something hidden that we don't talk about enough. And
Yeah.
we're all about bringing things out of the darkness and into the light. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us and being on our podcast today.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
And I
Thank you.
wanted to say, as the person who lives in Niagara Falls, if anybody is international listening to this and they want to come, Hamilton's only about 45 minutes away from Niagara Falls, so you can make it a lifetime trip and come on visit here
Come
too.
on up. I actually grew up in Niagara Falls.
And
I grew
it's
up in
probably
Niagara
just
Falls.
as far from
So-
Toronto if you have to fly into Toronto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hamilton's right in the middle. Like
right
we're
in the
centrally
middle.
located. Yeah.
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 So you can come on visit some other Canadian cities there too, as well as visiting Marlana. Perfect.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll chat to you again.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.